There are so many gathered here tonight that I recognize from my years and my involvement with NOFAS. This is an effort for which the cause is absolutely just. Absolutely just. When you think about those children who are brought into the world afflicted with a disease that will be with them for life. We all know that there are varying stages of fetal alcohol syndrome, and some are more acute than others. But as we deal with issues that impact our families, as we deal with disease and sickness and cancers, and we deal with those problems for which we struggle to find the cure for cancer, the cure for ALS, the cure for whatever it may be, and we can't find it. We put a little more money, we put a lot more money to cure, but we're still dealing with it. And yet here is one, fetal alcohol syndrome. There is one thing for sure that we know that will prevent a child from being born with this affliction. And that is simply don't drink during pregnancy. The message is so simple, it's almost profound. And so it causes you to say, well, why have we not been more effective in getting the message out? Why are we still living with fetal alcohol syndrome? And I will tell you, Kate, I didn't realize that it was just in the early 70s that we've put a name to this. We have identified it. We're spending dollars for the research, for the effort to try to make that difference. So we've named it. We know what it is. And we know how to eradicate it. It's not like cancer. It's not like ALS. We know how to do it. So it's up to us to spread that message. It's up to us to communicate very clearly and with great articulation that if you are pregnant or if you are hoping to become pregnant, you might want to think twice. And if you are pregnant, you just shouldn't do it. Better to be safe than to have regrets, knowing that your child will live with FASD for their lifetime. So this is something that I have taken very personally, not only here during my time in the Senate, but prior to that. I come from a state where our incidence of fetal alcohol syndrome is dramatically higher than any other state. We are turning those statistics around, and that's the good news. And I've been able to report every year that we have made great headway. And it is with great effort. But even as I speak with a smile in saying that we have made great headway, it was just last Friday. I was in a small native village on the coast of the Northwest, out by the Bering Straits, and I was talking with the teacher in the school, and he happened to have the little guys. And when I say teacher in the school and having the little guys, you need to put it into context. There's only 19 children, K through 12. So when I asked him, I said, well, do you see the impacts of fetal alcohol syndrome in your kids? And he said, yes. And I said, and is it bad? And he says, well, every one of them. I said, every one of them what? Every one of my kids in the elementary years has some aspect, somewhere along the spectrum. Every one of my kids. So this young teacher who's been teaching for 2 years, who is in a community that is 2.5 miles from Russia. Yes, in fact, you can see Russia from Alaska. Little Diomede is a pretty interesting little community, but here's a teacher who's trying to work with these children, and he's got his hands tied behind his back. So it's something that I will continue to work on until we really have carried that message, so that we don't have the statistics either in my state or Here we are in the District of Columbia or in Italy or Turkey or wherever it is around the world. We can make a difference. We've got some legislation that we're working on. I have been honored and privileged to be able to work with Senator Johnson from South Dakota for a number of years on a bill that will really help us, not only from the educational front, but how then we move forward with this initiative and understanding it, the research, and truly how we make a difference. We need some help with some co-sponsors, so if anybody is in a position to get some folks joining us on this mission, I would encourage you to do so. But it is a battle that we can win. And I think that's what we need to remember. When we think about all the obstacles that we're up against on a daily basis, sometimes things get to be a little bit daunting. And this has been a particularly daunting week for us in Congress. We started off with Syria, the mention of the continuing resolution. We were trying to move an energy bill, and I don't know, somehow or other we got stuck in the Affordable Care Act. So days like today can be a little bit discouraging. But then I can come to an event like this and look around the room and realize there are people here who can help influence the debate. They can help us with their dollars. They can help us spread the message. They can help us from a legislative perspective. You can help make a difference. So thank you for being here with NOFAS, for what you will do to change the life of a child. So thank you so very much. Kate, thank you.